Kept her away from the crew. Whereas her last ship had been so small, Rivka and her crew were on top of each other most of the time. Rivka sidestepped wombat poop cubes and entered her quarters. "Say hi to Rivka," High Chancellor Wyatt said. Granger leaned around the corner of the screen to be visible to the camera's eye. "Hi to Rivka." "Those knuckleheads you sent me after just blew up their ship." "You're going to have to give me more." The High Chancellor leaned back in his chair and twiddled his fingers. "The emergency call during Red's and Lindy's wedding to go after this ship? Something about it being tied to a theft, but no details. We fly across the galaxy." 104 light years is all," Granger interrupted. Rivka waved her hand as if trying to shoo away a bug buzzing around her head. "Lawyer math. That far is across the galaxy. Give it up. You know I won't cave." She pointed a finger at him in what was nearly a double-dog dare, but he didn't bite. He zipped his finger across his lips. "We chased this ship, the bosun's Clipper, and after we finally had to disable him, he lights it up like a supernova. Scanners aren't finding any pieces bigger than my thumb." Granger looked at his thumb, turning it to get the best estimate of size. Rivka started to rub her temples to fight off the headache threatening to invade her brain. With her pod doc enhancements, she should not have gotten headaches, but she still did. She wondered if that was related to her empathic and telepathic abilities. When she thought about it for longer than a couple of seconds, she realized that Granger triggered it most often. Stress and Granger goofing around. Like now. People had just died and the case became more difficult because of it. But if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be Granger. And that was why she liked working for him. He expanded the boundaries of what she thought of as normal. "They might not have been thieves at all," the High Chancellor suggested. Rivka stopped massaging the sides of her head. "Not thieves?" Her tone promised danger, even for the High Chancellor. He responded with a gesture for calm and an explanation. "They worked with the thieves. I believe the bosun's Clipper was a smuggling ship. I would have been very keen to find out what you learned, had you been able to board." "Smuggling what?" "Art." "By all that's holy. You had me chasing rich people crime? Rich people stealing from other rich people? I think there might be a better use of my time." Rivka sighed and froze at the image on the screen. The High Chancellor's eyes narrowed as he stared at her, unblinking. "Not at the moment, Magistrate." Rivka bowed her head. It was within the High Chancellor's sole purview to determine what was most important to the Federation when it came to enforcing the law and prosecuting crime. She had become too familiar and drifted away from respecting the office for which she worked. "My apologies, High Chancellor. I am frustrated. I want to do the best job I can, and know that I'm doing it for the right reasons. Please send me information on the crimes, and I'll start at the beginning." Wyatt nodded to Granger. "Transmitting. I did not want to assign you to the case because of the newlyweds. When you get back to the station, my present to them will be waiting." Rivka didn't know what to say. She angled her head, but the change in view didn't change his statement. The High Chancellor smiled, trying to get Rivka to relax. He had not given her all the information she should have had before he sent her after the smugglers. Respect went both ways. "Mine too," Granger yelled from off-screen, before leaning in from the side to make a face. "Doubt it," Rivka replied. She reached toward the screen. "Keep your paws to yourself, zombie. I need my secrets." "Me too," Rivka said slowly, with a smile. "Your secrets," the High Chancellor snorted before covering his mouth. "Back to the business at hand. I'm assigning you the case with my sincere apology.